Good evening. You're watching State of Business on our television. This is Zinat Musafir. Let's take a look at the headlines first. President returns to the island following successful completion of Nepal visit. New General Manager of Sri Lanka Railways assumes duties today. News in details. President Maithripala Sirisena, who was selected as the chairman of the 5th Summit of the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, returned to the island yesterday after completing a successful state visit to Nepal to attend the 4th BIMSTEC Summit held in Kathmandu. BIMSTEC is a regional organization comprising 7 member states lying in the littoral and adjacent areas of the Bay of Bengal, constituting a contiguous regional unity. During the conclusion of the 4th BIMSTEC Summit, the chairmanship of the 5th Summit was handed over to President Maithripala Sirisena. Meanwhile, President Sirisena also held bilateral discussions with the President of Nepal, Bidya Devi Bandari, and Prime Minister K.P. Oli. During the meeting, the two countries entered into several agreements to establish closer economical, social and cultural ties between both nations and to uplift the cooperation of youth affairs and training of government officers. President Maithripala Sirisena also held discussions with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President of Myanmar, Win Mint, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The President also took part in the Sri Lanka-Nepal Trade and Investment Conference during his visit. Railway Chief Engineer Dilantha Fernando assumed duties as the new General Manager of Sri Lanka Railways today in the presence of Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Nimal Siripala de Silva. Fernando has 32 years of service at Sri Lanka Railways. He is a mechanical engineering graduate at the University of Muratua and also holds a postgraduate diploma in energy. Fernando has succeeded SM Abe Vikrama, who served as the General Manager of Sri Lanka Railways for approximately a year. Addressing the event on the issues related to Sri Lanka Railways, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Nimal Siripala de Silva noted that the relevant authorities have not taken any measures to clear the additional sleepers from railway tracks, despite continuous pressure from him as a subject minister.
මම පොඩ්ඩක් බේස්ලයින් ස්ටේෂන් එක පැත්ත බැලුවා. දෙපැත්තෙම තියෙනවා සිල්වර කොටන් ඊළඟට රේල් පීලි මම එදා කෝච්චියේ හික්කඩුව දක්වා යනකොට බැලුවා දෙපැත්තෙම මේවා තියෙනවා. මම දැන් ඇමතිවරයා වශයෙන් අවුරුදු ගාණක් තිස්සේ කියනවා මේවා සුද්ධ කරන්න. මේවා විකුණලා දාන්න. මේවා දිරාපත් වෙන්න අරින්න එපා. නමුත් ඒ එකක්වත් සිද්ධ වෙලා නැහැ. මේ කරන්න ගියාම කාට හරි ටෙන්ඩර් එක දුන්නම යකඩ ටික කපා ගන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ගාන කපා ගන්නකම්. එක්ක ආරක්ෂකංශයෙන් එනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් තව කාගෙන් හරි එනවා. ඒ දුන්න මිනිසුන්ට එපා වෙලා දාලා යනවා. මෙහෙම තමයි දුම්රිය දේපල අපි අය ආරක්ෂා කරන්නේ. රේල් පීලි, දිරච්ච දේවල් මේ සියල්ල ටෙන්ඩර් ප්‍රොසීජර් කරනව වහාම හැම තැන්වලම තියෙන දේවල් විකුණලා දාලා දුම්රිය දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවට ආදායම ලබා ගන්න කියනවා.
We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned for more news after this commercial. Welcome back. Addressing the media in Colombo today, the Ministry of Health and Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine announced the launch of the Digital Health Week 2018, which will be held from the 7th to the 12th of October under the theme Transforming Healthcare Through Digital Health Innovation.
From 7th to 12th of October, Sri Lanka would be hosting a Digital Health Week. This Digital Health Week is the first major international event following the resolution on digital health, which was adopted by the World Health Organization in May 2018. Many major international organizations are collaborating with us for the Digital Health Week. These include the Asia eHealth Information Network, the International Medical Informatics Association, the Asia Pacific Association for Medical Informatics, the Commonwealth Center for Digital Health, Global Telehealth, and of course our own Ministry of Health, as well as the Health Informatics Society of Sri Lanka and the University of Colombo. So far, delegates from more than 60 countries have registered for the conference, and we believe that within the next few weeks, in the lead up to the conference, there will be more and more delegates from around the world who will register for the conference. Our aim is that through digitalization, we would be able to bring about a transformation of the healthcare services in Sri Lanka. And this week would be a milestone in that, because it would be the opportunity for the health sector, those working in the health sector, as well as others, to get a flavor of what digital health is, not only from a local point of view.
Now let's take a look at the weekly economic indicators released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka last Friday. The year-on-year CCPI headline inflation increased to 5.9% in August 2018 from 5.4% in July 2018. The change in the CCPI measured on an annual average basis remained unchanged at 5.6% in August 2018. During the period, crude oil prices largely followed an increasing trend. Price increases were mainly supported by risks of supply disruptions from Venezuela and Africa, a fall in US crude inventories, and looming US sanctions against Iran's oil exports. However, price increases were limited due to rising non-OPEC oil production and intensifying trade war between the US and China. Overall, Brent and WTI prices rose by $2 per barrel and $1.60 per barrel, respectively, within the period. The weekly average weighted prime lending rate for the week ending 31st August 2018 declined by 24 basis points to 11.67% compared to the previous week. The reserve money decreased compared to the previous week, mainly due to decrease in currency in circulation and deposits held by commercial banks. The total outstanding market liquidity decreased to a surplus of 33.14 billion rupees by end of the week, compared to 34.49 billion rupees by the end of last week. During the year up to 31st August 2018, the Sri Lanka rupee depreciated against the US dollar by 5.3%. Given the cross-currency exchange rate movements, the Sri Lanka rupee depreciated against the euro by 3.1%, the pound sterling by 2.2%, and the Japanese yen by 6.8%, while appreciated against the Indian rupee by 4.5% during the period. We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned to see how the stocks perform today after these commercials. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The All Share Price Index gained 11.19 points to close at 6,091.45, and the S&P SR20 gained 3.11 points to close at 3,232.32. The turnover was 404.1 million rupees and 14 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. That's all the news we have for you today. Join us tomorrow with State of Business on our television at the same time. Until then, take care and goodbye.